Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Let's see if we can get this party started quickly. Um, okay, we're reviewing the big money patterns that dropped February the 3rd, 292. Ladies and gentlemen, my only big money pattern on fire, it was Tennessee for Tennessee. That's what it means when you see me circle the state that predicted its arrival. So again, I do have receipts. If you ever want to see them, it'll give you the state and usually the timestamp of when I performed it. Okay, 682, ladies and gentlemen, number one, big money pattern. To win, this is a prerequisite to join my VIP. You need to focus on my top 5 3 digits, which I promise. The first two you can see, that is the number one for Texas. Oh, and the dates were 128 to 25. Today is 2/4. Ladies and gentlemen, 9497. Ladies and gentlemen, triple dollar signed it, promising its debut. As you can see, Georgia or Georgia. You have to pay very close attention to the number one, the number two, fire, and triple dollar signs. Your first triple dollar sign is usually the fifth number. To win, focus on my top 5 4 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the number 5 4 digit. That was Georgia for Georgia, February the 1st to February the 10th. And in most cases, I don't practice this shit, but I can make it happen. And I did that. Ladies and gentlemen, here I go again. Black sheep tells us what numbers very few people will be considering for that day. 127 to 24, the black sheep revealed that nobody was going to be thinking about that number. Here we go again. As you can see, black sheep, that was Georgia for Georgia. You can do well with the black sheep. Don't pay attention to them right now until you get that number one down pat. Ladies and gentlemen, 833. Ladies and gentlemen, only motherfucking big money pattern on fire. I told you, 131 to February the 10th in Georgia. Straight. Ladies and gentlemen, 991. Ladies and gentlemen, only motherfucking big money pattern on fire. 132 February the 7th, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, 116. I went live and told everybody 116 was the hottest thing ever. As you can see, where is it? 116. Same day, February the 3rd. Y'all better leave me alone, ladies and gentlemen. You see, I caught it. Why wouldn't I invest in myself? I told you, invest in the best. I am the best at what I do. Ladies and gentlemen, 2856. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised my VIP the triple dollar sign, top five. On 128, I said to win, focus on my top five four digits. I promise the triple dollar signs will manifest 128 to 25. Today is 2-4. This was for Florida. These predictions are for all states. Ladies and gentlemen, 7731. Ladies and gentlemen, the number one motherfucking big money pattern told my VIP on 128 to start investing on 129 to 26 in North Carolina. Number one motherfucking big money pattern. Ladies and gentlemen, the black sheep told us nobody was going to be trying to win with that combination straight. On the dates, 127 to 24. But don't nobody hear me. Ladies and gentlemen, 389. 18 motherfucking hours is all it took. Ladies and gentlemen, I told my VIP, if you want to win, this was the day before, focus on the top five. I promise the first two will manifest February the 2nd to 2/12. I also guaranteed it would debut in your state first and then North Carolina. Straight! Y'all see it for yourself. 18 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, 2647. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised my VIP. I told them, hey, look, on February the 1st, to win, focus on my top five four digits. I promise the triple dollar signs will manifest February the 1st to February the 10th. I also guarantee your state first, and then you would see it happen in the next 24 to 48 hours in New York. Ladies and gentlemen, 519. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised 519 would manifest. You got it as the top five to win on February the 3rd. It dropped on February the 3rd. Y'all don't hear me though. Here we go again. Guaranteed the number four would manifest. That's 519 straight. Due diligence. Ladies and gentlemen, 685. Guaranteed the number three big money pattern straight. 131 to February the 9th. They don't like me. I see. Oh, they don't like me at all. They just want to keep me out of here. Y'all seen that? I just so happened to see it myself, and then they kicked me out. So again, I'm giving you accurate information. You see this. Wait a minute. You see this on February the 3rd, 8910. You see this. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not playing. I am not playing. I am not playing. You see, the networks and the platforms can't handle my information. There's no reason to interrupt my live stream other than they can't handle the motherfucking truth. And that's all I'm telling you is what's going to happen. That's all I'm doing. You see it for yourself. January the 30th to February the 9th. I told you, I promised the top two big money patterns would manifest. They did that. Here I go showing off. Boom, boom, boom. You see it for yourself. Over and over and over again, I'm giving you the same winning numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, 285. Ladies and gentlemen, you see it for yourself. Triple dollar signed it, promising its debut 129 to February the 6th. Ladies and gentlemen, 9234. Only motherfucking big money pattern on fire. I told you this would happen between 131 and February the 9th. Here I go showing off. Boom, boom, boom. To win on February the 1st, I said, focus on my top 5 4 digits. They will manifest February the 1st to February the 10th. Watch out for the number 3 big money pattern. You see it for yourself. And I told you, I don't practice this shit, but in most cases, I can make this shit happen. I did that. Ladies and gentlemen, 425. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised to manifest 425 straight between the dates 129 and February the 6th. Ladies and gentlemen, you got your 418. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised my VIP the top 2 big money patterns would manifest 127 to 24. Today is 24. Here I go showing off again. Black sheep, on time, straight. Boom, boom, boom. I told you, you would see it happen 126 to February the 3rd. I met the deadline date. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, 097 deuce. Ladies and gentlemen, my only motherfucking big money pattern on fire by the deadline date. Y'all don't hear me though. I told you, this is for investment purposes only. They're going to keep shutting me down because they can't handle the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, you got that 2165. Ladies and gentlemen, the only motherfucking big money pattern on fire. A 5-year-old can pick out fire. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you between the dates February the 2nd and February the 11th. You see it for yourself. Boom, boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, 124. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised 124, the number 1 motherfucking big money pattern. February the 3rd, straight. And I met the deadline date. Y'all see it for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to show off every now and then and again. You see it for yourself. Straight. 2 times. Ladies and gentlemen, you got 895. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised the number 1 motherfucking big money pattern would manifest straight between the dates 131 and February the 9th in North Carolina. I did that. Ladies and gentlemen, 7280. Ladies and gentlemen, over and over again, I promise. Georgia for Georgia. The only motherfucking big money pattern on fire. Woo! You see it for yourself. And I make this look relatively easy. But it's not. Ladies and gentlemen, 565. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, I promised to deliver the fire with 565 being the only motherfucking big money pattern on fire for Georgia. Boom, boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, 426. Ladies and gentlemen, I guaranteed 426. February the 1st to February the 11th in Georgia. Boom, boom, boom. Here I go showing off again. You see it for yourself by the deadline date. Georgia. Boom, boom, boom. Top two. I promise. Ladies and gentlemen, 607. Ladies and gentlemen, I triple dollar signed that big money pattern for Texas between the dates February the 2nd and February the 11th. Ladies and gentlemen, 586. Ladies and gentlemen, 586 promised to manifest straight. I did that in Texas, straight. The number one motherfucking big money pattern, February the 3rd. Ladies and gentlemen, 675 deuce. Ladies and gentlemen, you see it for yourself. The number one motherfucking big money pattern. All you had to do was run the Texas numbers for Texas. That's what that means. Right there, between the dates 129 and February the 6th. Ladies and gentlemen, you got 9914. Ladies and gentlemen, the black sheep on time to manifest. You see it for yourself in Texas, 128 to February the 5th. I told you. And there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, take a snapshot of it. That is for today, going forward for the next 10 days. So, yesterday, somebody gifted me $375. $375. I turned it into where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, here we go. Y'all see that right there? $375. I turned it into $1,457.13. I did that, ladies and gentlemen, with $375. I invested in the same motherfucking big money patterns that I give to my VIP. So, going forward, let's go check out what happened in, oh, you know what? Let's go check out, we need to check out what happened in Tennessee real quick. What did I leave off with? Because that's what is going to happen here. So we got to go to 4 digits. Let's go to your 4-digit Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen. 1403, February the 4th. Tennessee. Let's see here. Watch out for 1515. Watch out for 1515. Watch out for 1515. Watch out for 1212. Watch out for 7272. Okay? Now, let's do the countdown. All right. Three, zero, three, four. All right. Let's do this. I have to take care of this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, 6952 9852 4920 9872 quad deuces 2555. Very last number you see will be 1395. Your number was 1403. 1403. 1403. Watch out for 4031. Heavy, 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 heavy. 6952. Heavy, 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 heavy. 9872. Heavy, 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 heavy. Okay, so we are looking at 1403. Hold on. 2536, 2536, 2536, 2536, 2536, 2536. Watch out for 2555. Watch out for quad deuces. On the heavy side, it'll have 3 heavy stars. 1395 will be the very last number you see. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see here. 8231, 8320, 48, 5 deuce, 0473. Watch out, watch out. Tennessee first draw 1403, 124. Okay. All right. So now let's come out of here. One, okay. 103. 1, 4. We go 3014. We go 3041. We go 3104. 310. 3401. 3410. We go 4013. Here it is. Boom. Boom. You're going to lock me out now because I got it. 4013, ladies and gentlemen. 4013, ladies and gentlemen. 4013, ladies and gentlemen. 4013 was a black sheep. Look forward to 5133. Look forward to 4422 on fire and 4242. Look forward to 5310. Look forward to 7653 heavy 2365. Watch out for 9310 guaranteed and 1365. Y'all see that? This is what I mean when I tell you that I have receipts. Do you see this right there? Do you see that right there? That was Tennessee. Tennessee is not lying to me. But y'all seem to think that I'm fake. Y'all seem to think that I'm not real. Y'all seem to think that I'm just guessing. Well, guess what? You're wrong. So, again, the black sheep, I told you, will manifest from 1:30 to February the 8th. I also guarantee you would see it in your state, Tennessee. This is the reason why I put this in writing so you can see it. I'm not just putting this shit together. You can see the fucking timestamp right there. On 1:30 at 12:09 p.m., I did this. But people want to seem to think I'm photoshopping shit. Who the fuck wants to Photoshop some shit? Not me. The fuck? Not me. Okay, so we just did the 4013. Let's go take a look at 4031. Let's take a look at 4103. Let's take a look at 4130. Let's take a look at 4301. Let's take a look at the very last combination, 4310. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to see this shit for yourself. I want you to see this shit for yourself. How my motherfucking numbers don't lie. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I need you to look at this. So, boom, boom, boom. Looky, looky, look here. Look, if you follow the top 5, you cannot go wrong. Am I leading you in a wrong direction? I don't think so. I'm giving them to you just like I see them, just like I hear them, just like I feel them. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you, if you want to come close to winning, you need to focus on my top 5 4 digits. I promise the triple dollar signs will manifest February the 2nd to February the 12th. I also guarantee, look at this, in your state and then Tennessee. Promised, my triple dollar signs would manifest today with proof in writing. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I got some due diligence for you. Check me out. Watch this. Boom, boom, boom. You see it for yourself. Look, at 9:28 p.m., my numbers were not lying. Boom, 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 boom. 257-667-3843-87 266-56652. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Will manifest 22 to 212. Also guarantee your state, Tennessee, which I promise, the triple dollar signs. If you want to win, you focus on the top 5. That's all you got to do. That is all you got to do. And guess what? In most cases, I can make it happen in 24 to 48 hours. Promised. Two times with proof that I can do this. But y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. I don't know why y'all don't hear me, but y'all don't hear me. That's the show. Okay, so we got to go out of here. Let me take this over there. Do a little bit of advertising here. That's there. Black sheep on time. There you go with the promises. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you got the 1403. You see it for yourself. Look at that. Y'all see me put this together just now. From the prediction that I made on 130, the black sheep told us the truth, right? Right. Okay, now, here we go with the promises. Promise the triple dollar sign would manifest 22 to 212. Today is 2-4. Here we go again. Promise 2 times. Y'all see it for yourself. There's no speculation at all. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, I make this look relatively easy. Let's go check out your 3-digit real quick. Then I'm going to tend to my beautiful wife. Let's see here. We got 100, 100, 100, 100. Okay, here you get to see it yourself on the cheat sheet. Cheat sheet for advanced investors will manifest February the 1st to February the 10th. Right? Right. Let's check it out. Black sheep. Was it a black sheep? Was it a black sheep? There it is. Boom. For yourself. Can't blow it up, but it's right there. 100, right up under my finger. Y'all see it right there. 100, right there. All right. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. Boom. Nobody would be investing in 100. Makes perfect sense for the black sheep to tell me, hey, look, this is one of the numbers that nobody will be considering on this day. It told us 131 to February 10th. Nobody would be looking at that number. Ladies and gentlemen, here you go again. Look at this 131 to 29. This is consistency. Nobody was going to be looking at 100. You see it. There we go again. Black sheep, black sheep. Between the dates 130 and February the 8th, I do my due diligence. What about you? Ladies and gentlemen, black sheep, 100, 100. So, how many times? Look at this, over and over and over again. Now, let's see where it is on here. This is another cheat sheet designed for 129 to 26. 100, Tennessee, 100, 100, 100, 100, Tennessee, promised, on fire. Nobody would be thinking about it but me, on fire. Whoa! Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all see it for your motherfucking self. Numbers don't lie. Energy, frequency, and vibration. Woo! I tell y'all the truth, but y'all don't hear me though. Man, oh man. Somebody stop me. That's ridiculous. Very, very fucking ridiculous. The black sheep didn't lie. My fire didn't lie. Told us straight due diligence what would happen on today, but ain't nobody listening to Mr. Bascomb because y'all think I'm crazy. Y'all think I'm lying. Y'all think I'm guessing. Man, oh man. Let's go and check it out. For those who are viewing right now, this would be the time to get excited because you're getting a chance to witness the quantum reality of what I am doing to the Matrix. Real time. But y'all don't believe me though. I'm going to put it on fire now. Fuck it. That number's going to keep falling over and over and over again and again and again and again and again and again and again. We're going to see 324. We're going to see 879. Watch. Don't believe me. Just watch. You've been sitting here watching me every single day. Just showing off. 100. Y'all saw that for yourself. Over and over and over again. I will provide. I will promise and present the winning motherfucking big money patterns. But you gotta listen. You gotta believe. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take me a break. I'm going to take me a long hiatus. People don't miss a good thing until it's gone. Yeah, I'll let you summons me. That's what I'll do. I'll let you show me how important my work is to this realm. And let me copy. Let me post it. 713-991. Boom, boom, boom. That's what you will see. Don't believe me? Just watch. That's fantastic right there, ladies and gentlemen. No flips, no mirrors, just quantum physics at its best. And let me see here. Let me see. Oh, let me see. Let's see. Let me see. I need you to watch out for 000. I need you to watch out for 000. I need you to watch out for 000. Oh, let's do this real quick. Today is 2-4. There we go here. Let's do this here. Most of you ain't gonna believe me, no way. So it's not gonna hurt nobody to get on down. Oh, and I do want to appreciate Kim. That was one of my VIP members that gave me that $375 tip. I really appreciate you and love you. That's what keeps me going live. That's what keeps me doing these predictions for the masses. Because otherwise, I would just do it when I need to. You know, I don't get any sleep because I have a VIP group. People are always inboxing me. People are always telephoning me. As a matter of fact, when I get off the live, I have 2 phone calls that I have to tend to. And then I got to deal with my IT tech for my website. So as you can see, I'm extremely busy with what I do. And I just need people to be patient and just follow my winning instructions. You see how often the number 1 number wins. Why not invest in it? Don't play the lottery. You play the lottery, you play yourself. Okay? You invest in the lottery, you invest in yourself. You invest in the lottery, you're investing in the best. You are the best because you found me. You wouldn't be the best if you didn't find me. Now that you have found me and you see that I can do this every single day, why not take advantage of it? Don't take advantage of me. Take advantage of the fact that you can win thousands upon thousands for as little as $30 a day to the smallest amount would be $9.85 if you went monthly. Monthly, you would be seeing these predictions for roughly $9.85 a day. But daily, it's costing $30 to win thousands upon thousands upon thousands. I just showed you where I took a gift that was given to me for $375 and multiplied it to almost $1,500 overnight. And that was just winning with 3 numbers. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you at the winner's table. If you remember my prerequisite and you are interested in joining a winning team, by all means, send me an email with that prerequisite. Because if you go shopping on my website and then try to join, I'm going to assume that you already know the prerequisite. Because I don't do well with answering questions that are already answered in the prediction, especially when you don't see your state in capital letters, especially when you don't see the specific dates that I say to invest in those combinations, especially when you are not following simple winning instructions that a 5-year-old can do. The number 1, fire. Once you get that down pat, add the first triple dollar sign. Let's take a look at Texas real quick, and then I'm going to take me a break. 025, ladies and gentlemen, 025. Am I still live, or did they shut me down again? Am I still alive? 025, 025, 025. I'm going to work with that right now before I even go further. Write down 411, ladies and gentlemen. Write down 727, ladies and gentlemen. Write down 758, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to write down 895. Boom, boom, boom. And I need you to write down 205 and 502. Of course, you will see 025 repeat itself. And 690 will be the very next number you see. Watch out for 584 and 601. Those are guaranteed. And this is 025, 205, Texas, 025, Texas. Okay, let's go check it out real quick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on the cheat sheet, designed for 129 to February the 6th. .052 right there. Boom, 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 boom. Right there. You see it right there. Promised. The top set. These right here, when I put out a cheat sheet, you don't have to go any further than that top line. The promised first 3 big money pattern combinations from each of all states. All states. All states. All states. Do you do New York? I do. All states. all states, all states. I gave you 3 motherfucking numbers, all states. And check me out. There's your 100, Tennessee. Boom, boom, boom. All states, all states, all states, all states, all states. Watch out for 405 and 027, Texas. Please. Okay, so I squared that away. I'm going to go over here to this one here. But let's try this one here. Here we go. Black sheep, black sheep. Do you see the black sheep? Best alternates 250 between the dates 128 and February the 4th. February, what is the day? Somebody tell me what today is. And I'll tell you the truth. They say the truth hurt like a motherfucker, boy. And that's why they keep shutting me down. They can't handle the truth. And I'm spitting it every single day. Every single fucking hour. Nobody hears me, though. The lottery commissioners hear me. They keep telling this motherfuckers to shut him down. He know too much. Shut his ass down. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 9870. 9870 is what Texas gave us. Watch out for 9767. Write that down. 9767. Write that down. 9807. Watch out for 9808. And that is a Georgia number. Write down that you will see that in Georgia. Write down that you will see that in Georgia next. Please write down that you will see that in Georgia. I don't see no love. I need to shut this shit down. I don't see no love. I'm telling you what's going to happen. And then y'all going to come back and say, he did say it was going to fall in Georgia. But who listened? Who wanted to tip me like Miss Kimberly did? But that's okay. I understand. Like I said, I'm going to take me a hiatus. I'm going to disappear for a little while. 2, 3, 4 weeks or something like that. I'll let you guys summon me. That's what I'll let happen. Watch out for 1465. Extremely strong. 2112 and 1212. Extremely strong. Quad sixes, 2163, heavy, top 5. Watch out for, we have 9870. Okay, 9870. 9870. I'm going to say 0798. Write that down. Write down 2143. Write down 2143. Write down 1234. Write down 2122. Write down 3465. And it's only if you want to win. Shh, 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 shh. Let's see here. Nine, 870. That's your 4-digit, ladies and gentlemen, for Texas. Okay. I'm going to go over here and start from the beginning because we are all winners. 0789. Watch out for 0689. Boyam, 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 boyam. Look at that. Would you look at that, ladies and gentlemen? Would you look at that? I ain't playing around this year. Y'all see that for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, you see it for yourself. To win, focus on the top 4 digits, which I promise, the first 2. Let's stop right there. 6451, 6541. Look at that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Your top 2. You know what to do. Ladies and gentlemen, will manifest from 127. Woo! 24. Let me put this in red. Let me put this in red. Promised to manifest by the deadline date. Y'all gonna believe me one day, and then it'll probably be too fucking late. Told you it would go to Texas. Y'all don't hear me though. I also guaranteed you would see it in your motherfucking state. And I have proof every single time. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take me a break. I love you all. I will see you at the winner's table. Y'all see it for yourself no matter what. And let's go check it out real quick. Just real quick. Okay. And let's see here, my tickets yesterday. Hold on. Let's see here. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. From $375. Ladies and gentlemen, $1,800 on the 322. You got $93.75 on your 0218. You got $900 on your 116. You got $93.75 on your 6752. You got $375 on your 38244. So again, I tell you the truth and you're not listening. You're not paying attention and you're not following my simple winning instructions. Don't make it so difficult to where you are afraid to invest in the best. I am the best at what I do. So again, if I tell you that the energy, frequency, and vibration of a combination is telling me something, and you don't believe me, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. But I do have VIP members who believe me every single day, every single week, every single month, and every single year. So that's what counts. That's what gets my attention. You don't get my attention by asking me questions that are already answered in the prediction. I'm going to see everybody at the winners table in about an hour. 12:30 is when Georgia will drop. I'm going to upload these 4 predictions for Tennessee and for Texas, and I will see you all at the winners table no matter what.